of us, because we have met on many occasions just to have lunch. And sometimes we would meet in Brent's shopping center, sometimes eating karela and dal, but sharing lots of stories. And that just, talking to him about his life reminded us what stories really do and how important it is to share them, to preserve them, and be inspired by them. There's so many words that he spoke to us, so many experiences that he shared, and he would just say to us, well, that's just one of those experiences. Is it even important? And we would be like, that's absolutely important, because these are the pearls of wisdom that we are losing access to. So I think there is one project that we did about 2 years back where we documented story of a family and a couple, and they wanted to just talk about their life, and but that was a very personal project for their families. And we are so glad that Mr. Vijay Jain decided to not just keep his pearls of wisdom for his family. He decided to share it with the world and publish it as a book. And he looks very handsome there. That's his picture, by the way, on the book cover. And you still look very handsome. I told you you're looking very handsome today. So I'm just going to put his book here.
First of all, I'm not an author or anything like that. I'm an engineer by heart. I'm a marine engineer on ships. I sail the ships. And of course, afterwards, I live here. I moved in this country. I was born in India, in a very small town called Agra. Of course, very famous for the Taj Mahal, but it's a very small city, I must tell you. It's nothing like it. The name sounds like. It was a very Orthodox family, and that's where it started. And when I came here, after living in India, living in Montreal, in Canada, I lived for 3 years, and then I lived here now for almost 30 years. And I was wondering where I moved from here to where. And I've been talking about it, I've been thinking about it. Then I met suddenly these 3 beautiful ladies. When my 17th birthday, I was celebrating in a hotel in London. The lady, I know she's there, Erica. She came and she said, I'd like to meet you. I said, of course, I know. She started talking about my past and all that, and she said, very interesting thing, I'd like you to notice 2 ladies who do the book for you. I said, well, I'm not done a book or anything like that. Then these 2 ladies came, we went actually and Monica, and they said, they'll do right for me, or they'll make me right. And he did speak a lot, yes. I remember my old days, and since I came out, these were interesting things. So that's where I am now.
So let's start from the beginning, because in your book you have narrated so many delightful experiences of your childhood. So can you share one with us that still brings a smile on your face and that you'd like to revisit again and again?
Yes, I'd like to. I've been remembering more and more now this incident. I was born in 1944. And even in those days, for a family which is very orthodox, very religious, I'm a typical Jain. Jain means I'm a Digambar Jain. Not only an ordinary Sitambar Jain, like most of the Gujaratis are here. I'm a Digambar Jain, who are very strict, my family very strict in religion. And from there to move to Merchant Navy and sailing around, I was surprised. Then suddenly I remember when I was a 4 or 5 year old, I think it was 5 year old, 6 year old. It's my memory one. In India, in small, in UP, it's a small town there, there were sadhus or priests, whatever it's so called the holy man. And one of them came to my house, and we were talking to everybody like they talk, some refugee. Suddenly he saw me, he said, come here, boy. So I went there, he said, whose boy is this? So my mother came out, this boy is my son. This boy will go 7 seas. Like in Hindi he said, it was a joke, 6 or 7 years old. When I joined Merchant Navy, suddenly I remember this. And this, I wondered how somebody when I was 6 years old, somebody predicted something which is true. I did see 7 seas. I did live in different countries. And that's one of the incidents I remember all the time, my childhood.
Yeah, it's actually because the book's name is Destiny.
Yes.
And it shows us that how destiny brought you here. And I think right from the beginning you believe that something is meant for you and you've always guided by your intuition. You have changed path because he started his career with as a marine engineer and he was flourishing in that career, but suddenly he changed his path and he established his own business, which I think he resigned after 50 years. Mostly for 50 years he worked as a president, as a director, and he ran his own company. So just wanted to know, what do you do when you have to make such decisions? Is it your intuition that guides you? Do you contemplate about what's going to happen? Or how do you make such big decisions? And when you were talking to us, you were telling us, no, I just did it. So we just want to know what is the advice you give to us when we come on such a crossroads and confused. What do we do now?
Monica, I have told you many times. Till today, I have not replied to my own question, why I moved from India. I was in Bombay doing my business, running very well. I must say I was doing very well. As a marine engineer, of course, his business, and I was happy. And I suddenly moved to Montreal, Canada. In Montreal, not only Canada, but a place called Montreal, which is French-speaking completely. And we are really lost. My son is here, Deepa here. He was only 8 years old when we went there. And suddenly when we were in Montreal, Quebec, that year they had a referendum of French language, and big fight going on like how they happen in India, Tamil Nadu and all that. Things are going on, and then they passed a resolution that every school will have compulsory schooling of 2 years in French. And that again, after 2 years of that, suddenly my boy, he was only in 5th class, and he said, Papa, how are we going to do it? I said, of course, it's very difficult. So I went to the headmaster, I said, I'm paying you fees of private school, English school. How can you force language on us? He said, I can't help you, it's a government rule. What you can do? So I said, what should I do? He said, you move to Ontario or west coast of Canada. I said, no, I'm not moving anywhere. So I decided to move back to India, back to Bombay. And I came there, in Bombay, who my government office is running. Though as per the Canadian law, I was supposed to close down all my business in India when they gave me citizenship of Canada. But I didn't close it. I knew nothing would happen in Canada. Canada mainly, that time immigration, people who are coming there are only who are depending on government for money. Not like me who are to work. So there is no business for me in shipping there. So I decided to move to India. That was 93. And the school gave admission to my son again. They said, okay, yes, you can do that. But in 90 there were big bomb blasts. Because the whole terrorism started in India at that time, 1993. So there are big bomb blasts. Everybody says they are mad. You already live abroad, why don't you come back here? So I didn't know what to do, so I just came to London. And that time there are not such a strong regulations here coming here, no visas. We are not required, I think. We used to get 6 months stamp on our Indian passport. So I came here, and therefore, because I was doing shipping business, London is already a base of a marine merchant navy. So I could already start some business there. And that's why I started settling down here. So when you say how to take a decision, I've been taking all my decisions just like that. Like writing a book. You just happen to come here and say, we'll write a book for you. I say, yeah, of course, write it.
That's why the book's name is Destined. Everything's just happened by destiny. It was destined.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it in my life. At least 4 or 5 big accidents which have changed my whole career, turned complete.
Absolutely.
Like what happens I mentioned of my marriage, that again is very destiny. I mentioned that I was in merchant navy and I was doing very well. You get good salary, more than other people get. But in 70 or 72, the foreign, if you are working in a foreign shipping company, you get more money than what you work in Indian company. Almost 4 or 5 times. Suppose you get $1,000 in Indian company, you get $5,000 in foreign company. So all my friends are joining foreign companies. I also decided to join foreign company. So I decided foreign company, I took a job. And lo and behold, I was waiting for a ship, for my call, because I was living with my brother who was in the Navy. And there comes this lady called Katman.
This is very romantic.
And I met her, and well, it's good. Because I wanted to settle down in life. My mother had died already a long time back, and we had no house, no so when holidays, I didn't know where to go. So I wanted to settle down, so I liked her very much. So I said, I'm going to join a ship now, but will you marry me? She said, on one condition, that if you leave the merchant navy. She said, I don't know my husband sailing, nor I want to sail with you. Because I said that nowadays we are allowed to take our wives. All my friends are going with their wives. She said, no, I'm not interested at all. No, tell me, she said, what should I do? But I made up my mind. I resigned from I left the ship, and I came back. I had no job, nothing I had. I said, okay, yeah, I'll leave the ship. And then I meet to Surveyor. I knew him, I'm meeting on the ship, etc. And I meet there, he said, I'm doing some business in Goa now, but I intend to open a shipping company soon. So why don't you become my manager? So he offered me a job and I took it. So that job was only worth 2,500 rupees a month. While the job I took in Singapore was $3,000 a month. But now my interest in that is the same.
The greatest love story ever told in.
Well, it's a love story, nobody say, I'm talking about destiny.
It is destiny, yes, yes.
Because it's a big thing to do. I had my chief engineer certificate I've done, and every day I took my chief engineership. I never became chief engineer. I had permission to become chief engineer, I never said that it's chief engineership. You people, you do such hard work in 4 years in college. We want to become engineership. I didn't go. But then I don't regularly.
But you also have a very deep connection with number 8, which is very interesting. And it was not something that he intended to share with us. I think it just happened, and one day he suddenly said that everything significant happens to me on a date that adds up to 8. In fact, there is this little book trailer that we've created where you can read all about it. So what is your connection with number 8?
I don't know, it so happened that after I married, my father-in-law, he was interested in some sort of astrology, numerology and all that. So one day we were sitting in front of me, he used to get a lot, but he very fond of drinking whiskey. And as Merchant event, we always had whiskey in our house. So we told every week we sit down and having a drink. And he asked me, Vijay, what's your numerical number? I said, what is numerical number? He said, what's your lucky number? I said, why? So he said, what's your date of birth? I said, 2nd June 1944. He said, that job number is 8. I said, how come? He said, 2 is 2nd, and June is 6th.
Yeah.
2 is 6, 8, 44 is 8. 8 is not came. So I said, okay, number is 8. Then I started thinking about it. When I had my first short job in hospital in Goa, this was telephone not by dial, but you call operator. There was hardly 100 phones in the whole city. My telephone number was 26. Then when I came to Bombay, I bought a flat number 13D, which is again 134 and D is 48. Then when I bought my office, the number 1007 is 8. Like that, it keeps on going, when I came to London, the first house we took on rent, the number 53. It says again 8.
And we had a joke that means we need to sell 8 million copies of this book.
I put some, but you talk. That's up to you, because that's it. So I don't know if it's true or not, it's definitely correct. That even now you're telling your destiny with the 8 again. I didn't know that.
Yes, the letters add up to 8, and this was unintentional. This is when he told us all about this. In fact, we were about to plan this festival for 17, which would have made it even more spooky.
Yeah, and we earlier we picked up another title for the book, but somehow it didn't.
There are 8 chapters in the book, by the way.
Yes, and there are 8 chapters in the book. Other than that, I just wanted to know, you always talked about when somebody starts a business, you always told in our interviews that one thing one person should be aware of their capabilities. So can you elaborate on us on this, on self-belief? You always talked about self-belief. You always talked about if you want to start something, one trait is must, that is believe in yourself. Can you tell us, a little bit about how you...
I very strongly believe in that. You cannot do anything unless you believe in yourself. Because if you do something without believing in yourself, then you are cheating yourself and never be successful. You may be having some partial success, but never success. You have to, when you do something, you must totally believe that you are doing it correct. Because if you do anything half-heartedly, no, it doesn't work. And that's all, though I was an engineer, but I'm more interested in marketing. But even most of the marine engineers, they stick to the engineering job, But when I was technical superintendent or I was interested in commercial shipping, I did commercial shipping, I did ship chartering, I did ship procurement. I did a lot of things. Whatever, anything comes my way, I don't just refuse. One lady, one friend of my wife, she was living in Dubai. She said, Vijay, I'm opening a flower shop, can you help me out? I said, what do you want? She said, I want roses from Bombay. So you won't believe I have bought from the flower market, myself I went and bought over 1,000 flowers, paid them the night and took to the airport to send it to us. No company will take it. They refused to take it. So I found a passenger who can carry for me. And I gave it. So the thing is that I like everything. But you must believe in yourself. Because when you do marketing, I always believe that you can never become a good marketer. You can never be a marketer unless you sell yourself first. Because if a person doesn't like you, forget it. He'll never buy anything from you. So first you have to sell yourself. And that's how you order. And I think that's one of the reasons what I've been talking about.
Very strong. And there are so many things that you shared with us about your childhood as well. I think we had many long conversations about how times have changed, how the concept of responsibilities have changed. So tell us how life has changed from how you were growing up to now. What is it? What is the good thing that has happened? What is it that you think shouldn't have changed?
Well, I came from my childhood, and today if I talk about my son's childhood, two different communities, very far apart. My childhood, I don't know how it went into from very early age. Need became a very important thing. We had just had no money, I should say, and we didn't have much at all. And we all had to go. So those are, my name is Jain, I'm a Bania, and we're supposed to be rich people. Maybe my generation earlier, but at least my father's generation, we had nothing. But what had happened, my mother, who was a very strong person with whom I wish I could live with her more, but she died at a young age. My first job, when I took my sailing job, she died on my first voyage. I was going from India to Japan on ship, and she died in the tree somewhere. But my captain never even told me. He told me only after a week, when the ship arrived in Japan, in Osaka. He called me, Jain, come here, whatever. He said, everything all right in your house? I said, what do you mean? He said, everything's fine. He said, everything was all right when you left house. I said, well, no, I think so. He said, your mother passed away. And he gave me a bit of a shock. She passed away. She had some kind of surgery, and I didn't know much about it. So the life has been like this very, very early age. I couldn't enjoy myself. She was a very strong lady who said unless you educated yourself, you can't become anything. So all my brothers were very well educated. My sisters, my family were very educated. And also the thing is something I don't know anybody going to go to at the age of 12-year-old, when I was in 7th or 8th class, I had to run a bookshop.
That's about it.
So I mean, my elder brother, he brought in some books, the college books, agency from somewhere in Allahabad or somewhere, and he opened a shop in London. And then he nicely, we were 3 brothers that time, my younger is very young. I was in school, this brother was already done his MCOM, he went to LLB and he was looking for a job. So he got a job in the revenue department, he went to move to Gujarat. My second brother went to Navy, he joined in the National Defense Academy, he went to, I left. And the bookshop was there. And I only 12 years old. And my father was not really educated, he could hardly do anything. So I used to run the shop for 3 years. I ran the shop for 3 years. And even now I wonder, when I was in 8th class, I used to know the books of MA, BA, what books are used for accountancy, what to use economics, etc. So I learned a lot there.
So it was all about self-learning, isn't it?
Self-learning, selling book, what is the percentage, commissions, how you earn money, how you make money, how you get
Do you think
discount.
we have made it very easy for children to learn things now? Because in your book you've mentioned many times how you had to self-learn many things, how responsibilities were very, they were just a very natural thing to take responsibilities of small things in the house.
Yes.
For helping.
Quite right. See, there was the decisions like, when I think nowadays young people are still asking questions here and there, they're looking at it.
Google has spoiled
you see, from very beginning what I've done, I have no one to help me out with my decisions. What I learned, except for my elder brother who was in Navy, he made me come to merchant. He helped me, make sure to do anything and go there. Besides that, everything, like when I opened my own business, I had nobody to help me out. Even my wife, when I told her that I want to leave the job and I don't like it and I'll open my own business, she didn't say, she said, do what you like. She was not the one who would interfere and tell me anything like that. So I had done everything on my own completely. By moving to Canada, it was such a settlement, nobody knew I'd do it. And even when I told my wife, we decided to go to Canada, we would come. See, if you like it, why not?
Got one more question for you. You have been an entrepreneur, you have traveled the world, you are a singer, you have pursued your passions, you have pursued your hobbies, and you have dedicated 25 years of your life to philanthropic activities. So how do you get time to do all this? What is the recipe of leading a purposeful life like you have led? So just share out your wisdom.
You see, nowadays it's very common thing, and you ask anybody, somebody, why do you do this? Oh, I have no time. I'm in charity, I'm in Lions Club. I'm too social work, I must say that. I'm very proud of saying that. Time is something which you have to find. And every day is no time. I just don't, when somebody says I have no time, I know he's the biggest liar. Simple, straightforward, I'm telling you. Whether you like it or not, but that's the trouble. That it's never short of time, especially you don't know how to do it. So it is, people say all the time, I had no time. You wonder, how can you have no time? You have time to smoke around here, you have no time to go and drink a beer, you go to bars and you go to... You have all the time. In my business, I suffered 2-3 times. There are sorts of things, even here when I first came to England, I had to go to a court. I took a Greek partner. And the partner within a year, he tried to throw me out of the business, throw out all my money. I helped him out and he wanted to throw me out and he did all kinds of things. So imagine in India, I lived so years, I never been to court. But here I had to go to High Court and stand, the big...
Yes.
And then the last day of the court, he had put some sort of a case on me against, that I did some half-pay business, etc. So, my solicitor told me that, these two men who are standing next to you, they are the one, in case you lose the case, instead of going in. So, this kind of things happen, but I always believe that.
I think that has been a greatest learning for both of us as well, because whenever we were thinking, we have the time to do this, we always think, no. Time is always there, it's just an excuse. So,
And knowing your priorities, if you are clear with your priorities, what you want to do, then you won't complain about time. It's just, in your head that you don't have time. just that you are not clear what you want to achieve in your life.
And for me, if I have not done something today, if I may due to my asking for laziness, but I have never tell anybody I have no time. I just cannot tell that because I feel this is the biggest lie.
That is true. The book is going to be launched next year, but today we have created this little book trailer which has nuggets of what the book will show, talk about. There is also a little link, QR code to scan where you can hear him sing as well. And the most amazing part about him is that, he's achieved so much in life, and there is so much dedication towards his family, and yet he finds time to nurture his talent and his own hobbies, which has been a great learning for both of us, and we are absolutely certain that this will be a tremendous learning for others as well. So shall we just...
Lady there, she wants to
I
say
have
something.
one question.
Oh, yes.
I want to ask you, Vijay, I'm very happy that you've written this book and you look in control. But I want you to tell me, what would Kalpana say if she was here?
That's a very good question.
She's
Kalpana is his wife, by the way.
She's Kalpana's friend, by the way. This lady and Kalpana have been together from the age of 10 or 12.
No, 4 or 5 years.
4 or 5, but we met her only when Kalpana was about to leave the world 1 year before. She lived in this country for 10 years.
I miss her. But tell me, what would she say today?
Deepa, can you reply to this? My son.
Sorry, let me catch my breath. I think she would just say that she would be incredibly proud of you, that you've come all this way.
No, not that only. What did she say if I said what she's asking is wrong? What she would say? I think she'd just keep quiet and smile.
That's what I'm saying. She's proud of you, but she wouldn't say anything. She's
just
always been very supportive, and there are no words to describe her really. She was such a great person.
We almost feel that we know her because he has spoken in every interview that we had with him. I think it was almost like she was there in spirit because he never let her go.
I still feel like, to tell you frankly, the two ladies who have made my life, my mother and my wife.
I just wanted to say thank you so much. I think that conversation highlights how important it is for us to share our stories. So thank you so much, Vijay, for sharing yours with us today. We now move into a very, very special address.